It's Thursday, it's 8 o'clock, and it's the Big Detecting Show, and my big fat fingers kept on double-clicking on buttons instead of pressing them once. Good evening, Adrian. How are you?
Hi, David. How are you? You all right? Good evening, everyone.
Am I looking the right way?
Yes, of course you
What's
are.
that?
It's probably something you won this week, but we'll get onto that.
It's an envelope, and I'm like, what's that? And I realise it's an envelope full of new certificates for courses that I've done. NOCN Level 1 certificate for trade union health and safety representatives.
I've got one of them. Level 2, actually.
Credits for my other things. And hold on, what's that next one? TUC Safety Representative Stage 1.
Oh,
level 2. Level 2 health and safety.
I got level 4. Yeah, not bad. I've got my swimming certificates here. 2 widths. Actually, I don't know where they are because I was. Oh, I've got to be careful who's watching. But somewhere I worked, there was a guy who every certificate he got, he laminated and put on the wall next to his desk. And I wanted to laminate and put my swimming certificates up. Like, what was it? It was 2 widths, then 6 widths, then a length, then 10 lengths, then quarter of a mile, and then bronze survival and all that malarkey.
And swimming in your pajamas. Like, who's going to walk down the canal in the pajamas?
Well, you used to have to tie their legs up and blow them up, didn't you? And then use them to float. I just can't.
How can you blow your pajamas up?
Yeah, we did.
How can you blow your pajamas up? You've got to sit there and water go.
Yeah.
What, through cotton?
Yeah, I do. I have done dozens of times in leggings when I fell in the river.
Spandex.
I could have got out. Yeah, it was spandex. But yeah, no, I remember that. You all right though, mate? Yeah, good. I haven't spanked you all week, have I?
Spanked? Oh, spoke. No, we haven't actually. Not since.
No. Well, you messaged me.
Since I was messaging you on Friday, but you weren't allowed to message me back because you were drunk.
No, I wasn't
drunk. You messaged me on Saturday.
It was a mate's birthday and we were in a restaurant and there was all like, oh, how are you doing? How's work? How's the family? And I couldn't be sitting there going, oh, Dave, can't believe you've won that. And went for a nice Italian. So he won a detector. Go on, get it out, Dave. Go on, whip it out.
Oh, the detector?
Yeah. He's joined a new club.
I've been accepted into the current club.
Even though he was slagging him off a week ago, saying that he can't even hold the bloody box. He's won an Equinox 800, so so you won't know what to do. Pardon me. Or how to do it. So,
hey, Jim, with all honesty, I'll tell you about it in a minute, how we ran it. Hello to everybody in the chat room, by the way. Let me just go through them, Adrian, because we've got no guest tonight because they had a last-minute ticket to Detectable, which starts tomorrow, which, again, we'll discuss in a minute. So they've not been able to make it tonight. So hello to Stephen Bray, Ian Greenall, Martin Homan, Charlie Deemer, we like Gerald, Will Way, Gareth Howard. Gareth Howard. Who's in his loft tonight? Carl Swain, Siren Kimmy. Hi, Siren Kimmy. Hope you're all right. Graham Dempsey. If you don't follow Siren Kimmy already, go over to YouTube and follow Siren Kimmy because she's ace. Carl Ellis, Steve Barnett, Gavin Hubbard, Adrian Lax, John Nicholson. Would you believe, Adrian, that John Nicholson actually, I realised a couple of weeks ago, he lives in the next town to me, about 6 miles away, and a dig that I organised a couple of years ago, he was actually on. Sean Hood, Cheryl Dawes going on, Keith Ellis, Susan Toker, some eagle-eyed someone or other.
No, that's worrying. Mrs. Weir's dead. She was my swimming teacher. Oh, that's
Rob
sad.
Random, Andrew Ward, Andy Elliott, Darren Richardson. Hiya, Darren. Need to speak to you. That lovely Stephen Newman. Wendy Howard. Hi, Wendy. Wendy's part of our team. Simon Hadlow.
How's Mark Pring appeared without putting anything?
He went Pring like that.
Paul B. Hi, Paul. Yeah, so you won that
Yes.
Equinox
So
800.
the funny, yeah, I won the basically, Adrian. I got paid last Friday, and I thought, I'll have to go lockdown competitions. So I had to go lockdown competitions. I forgot about it, and about 8 o'clock, I was getting multiple phone calls, which I was looking at, going, "Can't be arsed, too tired, been up too long, going to bed," and then got a text message to say, "Dave, yeah, I'm only ringing you to
Yeah, that's what I thought.
you've won a Knox 800." I was like, "Shut up!" And he's like, "Honestly." And I won first prize in lockdown competitions, and I won an Equinox 800. So Shane
How
and
much did
every
that cost you?
£3.99 a ticket, and I got 10 tickets. And it's a random number. It doesn't. You can't pick. You used to be able to pick your numbers, but this issues you your number random, and then it's a random number generator live on Facebook on a Friday night. So Shane, Steve, Ben, Ron, Fod, and Rick, all the people in our little detecting chat, have all got Equinox 800s. So I'm smashing them with the Vanquish, and now I'm going to smash them with the Equinox 800. But Shane sent me a list of all the settings for it the other night.
Well,
like,
don't no, just use it on its normal settings for now.
No, he sent them the settings for me to set it up to sound like the Vanquish.
Oh, yes, he did say that to me because I spoke to him the other night. Yes,
and I tried doing it, and I got a clue. I got so far, and I was like, I don't know what that number's supposed to be or where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great machine, and you will definitely find more with it, hopefully. But there's probably a few little things I'd recommend upgrading on it, like obviously the coil stiffener and an arm cuff and a few other bits. And I'll tell you the one I loved that's on my Knox is the from Detecting Innovations, the foldable control box.
Oh yeah.
So the machine, because you can't get it in a backpack properly because it's a bit the art control box. So Detecting Innovations do a fold up for your control box, and
you've spoke about these at the show in the past, and I actually had a look straight away to see, because I've not seen the back of the Knox. I actually look at the connections for it, and it does look, it's just 4 screws in the end, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 screws. I said seconds, takes minutes, but it just makes it easier to put in your car and in your backpack. Not that you go night hawking or anything like that, but
some news about Shane that you don't know, Adrian.
Is it about his holidays booked for his family? Because I do know.
No, you know that.
Oh,
you know that.
Yeah.
What you don't know is his brand new car that he picked up 4 weeks ago that I pranged on the second day of him having it. Got shunted today, and it's basically off the road again.
Oh dear.
So he got his last car. He's a driving instructor. He got his last car wrote off by somebody ramming into that, and now he's been shunted at a roundabout by a
up the rear.
Up the rear. Shane likes.
Yeah, nothing worse than that. But you'll your Equinox, you'll have a lot of time with it, and you'll love it. You'll love it. You'll really like it.
Well, I've organised on Saturday. A friend of mine from work owns quite a large property. And we went on there 3 or 4 weeks ago. Shane pulled up a Scottish armoured coin. That was the location where I found the not gold. So we're going back there to find more not gold. And with everybody uses an Equinox, so I'll be able to follow them around going, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this mean?
Be a noisy Knox. Upset the Deus One users. Yeah, it does chuck out a bit of interference. But no, you'll love it. So what are you going to give the Vanquish 540 to the son?
The boy Sadler is taking on that, and the Quest Q30 will be boxed up, repackaged, and sent back to its previous owner.
I was worried
that's
then. I thought
you.
Yeah, it's me. I thought you said I lent Dave's son Quest Q30. I thought you said you were going to put it on eBay then. And I'm very excited because I like putting the Quest Q30 coil on the Q60 because the Q60's got a coil about that big. It's called the Monster Beast Turbo Mark IV GTI X. And it's ridiculously big. But yeah, thank you, David. And I'll take that out soon
What you need to remember though, Adrian, is that me and Postal Service don't get on very well.
No,
It takes me a while to get to it. In fact, it takes me nearly as long to send something by post as it does you to send something by post.
Yeah, I'm not great. But that's a good comparison against the Xterra Pro, the Quest Q30, same sort of price bracket, a little bit more against the Xterra Pro. So I might take both of those out in the field.
Good idea.
And see how they get on. Orange and green, very nice. It could be
your Quest.
It could be my Quest. Yeah, mine. Yeah, but yeah. So
personally, Adrian, couldn't get on with it. The tones for me I didn't get on with the tones, and the fact that you couldn't change them from squelchy to proper tones, really twisted me melon.
It's I think since Mind Lab brought out their tones, or it's been a while now, but you get used to something, don't you? It's like Shane said to me the other day, not a lot of people realise the DS2, you can change the tones. So rather than you can have a softer, fluty, as they call it, as Gary Blackwell calls it, tone. But yeah, a bit like the Simplex, but then you get the Legend, and the Legend, you can change your tones as well. So rather than you've got the but they're not quite as soft on the Legend. They're quite nice, actually. So, which, talking of the Legend, they've got the new elliptical coil out for that now, which looks really sexy. I'm very excited and hoping to get one. And the carbon fibre shaft. And they're also talking about selling it at a reduced price to those who've already bought a Legend. I'm talking to Dilek tomorrow from Nocta, and I will ask her those questions because I'm quite interested. So, and it's got a new arm cup as well on the Legend as well. So whether they're going to send those out to people at like cheap prices, I don't know, but yeah, it'd be quite interesting. And then there's
and hopefully Dilek has said that she will be coming on the show in the coming weeks to discuss all the updates of the Legend and all the other new machine ranges for the Simplex and the first what's it called?
Swing.
First swing.
Yeah, but the first swing's only available on Amazon, from what I can find. That's I found, but I don't think it's available from LP or anyone. I'm not sure.
I'm sure you'll find out tomorrow.
Yes, I'll ask her, because the first swing.
Yeah, write it down.
Oh no, it's all in my head. It's all right. I never ever forget anything. What was I saying? Zoo. No. Welsh cakes. No, yeah, there's the new Simplex range coming out.
Simplex.
Overrated, I think, but that's me being.
The Simplex?
No, definitely not. The Welsh cakes, but
Tidy, having.
I beg your pardon.
Tidy Treasure Hunter, Steve Pettican. It's his wife who makes me Welsh cakes.
Yeah, you'll eat anything.
You've just completely upset an entire nation.
Well, I like
because they all watch.
What's happened to the Scotch ones? Scotch pancakes. They're like cake, aren't they? Are they a cake? Well, they are a cake, aren't they? Scotch pancakes, or are they
more like they're in between? They're pancakes.
Yeah, but you don't eat them like.
Yeah, we're talking about Welsh. Yeah. No.
What's an English?
We're talking about Welsh cakes, and you've thrown me.
Yeah, so I threw it in there.
And then you got Irish cakes as well, potato cakes.
Yeah, Christ, it's an exciting show, isn't it?
In full English.
Just to let people know, tonight we got Book Wars again. Is it the last round, Dave?
It is the last round, yes. And then now next week, Adrian will be enjoying himself as opposed to coming on the show. So we will have a guest presenter, Shane, and Cheryl. Is it Cheryl? No, that's Cheryl. We have a guest. I can't remember her name now. Yeah, I can't. Oh, I mean, mine's gone blank. I'll tell you in a minute because she'll be in the chat there.
Pat a cake.
And I do apologise because I've had a rather stressful day. Anyway, and so next week's show should be the 150th episode of the Big Detecting Show. However, due to Adrian's erstwhile engagement, it will be the 149.5th Big Detecting Show. But on the following week will be the 150th Big Detecting Show.
And we're going to have some things to give away, but only to people who watch the show.
Yes. Claire.
Yeah.
Claire.
What?
Might be Claire. I'm sorry. I'm going to go on Facebook. Mine's gone blank.
We'll have some prizes, but we're not sure quite what yet. It might be Welsh cakes. It might be a detector.
It might be a detector. It probably won't be a detector.
A new one, electronical one. There might be some books. There might be some subscriptions. There might be some digging tools. There might be some gold nobles, but I doubt it. So yeah, there'll be some nice things on there. So we're not going to do too many, are we, Dave? Like 4 or 5? I think.
No.
Because
it will be for people who are actually watching the show and in the chat. It's not Claire and it's not Dawn.
What's the maths? Someone
Cheryl?
who's got a calculator.
It's not Cheryl
150 times it by 1.5 hours. 3. That's a lot of time we spent doing this, Dave.
350 hours? 375 hours.
And we must be on an hourly rate of what, 1p? Based on what we get back?
Probably a little bit less than that, maybe 0.01p.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because we originally. Yeah, I mean, 225. Is that hours? No, is it?
No, it's not 225. 375, isn't it? No, yes, 225. Don't know where my head's at tonight.
Keith Ellis, any prizes for Gareth's Loft? Not this week, but on the 150th show there will be, and it won't be a loft ladder. It might be a magazine. Dave, we could give away a magazine.
We've got magazines.
I'd love to post that out. No, even more. I'd love to go and buy one and post it out. I think we should do that for Gareth's Loft. But we
one of them ones.
yeah, one of those ones. I think they're now covered in silver plastic. Yes, I think that'd be a good prize, actually.
I'm just trying to find out the name of next week's guest because I swear to God, my mind has gone so blank.
So yes,
she's one of somebody will know. Somebody who goes to the Ministry of Dig rallies. It's not Cheryl Dawes. Cheryl Dawes was on last week.
No,
2 weeks.
Just laughing.
Cheryl's
what? Gareth said we should give them a copy of Loft Creepers Monthly, or Peepers. Those people who got them skylights in the lofts worry me, especially when they haven't got an office up there. I reckon they just peep at night with binoculars.
Can you find out
at 10 o'clock?
Can you find out group admins from?
I can tell you who's on the show. What for next week?
Yeah. It's on the Big Detecting Show, isn't it?
Yeah. It's on the Big Detecting Show. So, hi, Mark Gadsden. He's in Australia. Good morning. It's
Christine Fitton. Booyah.
It's 8:20 here in the UK. So, thanks for watching, Mark. Why are you not at work, Mark? You out detecting with your
Adrian as well. We just have to give mention as well in passing. Very sad news this week. One of the a principal member for a number of years of the NCMD, Sue Austin. She was the wife of Trevor Austin, who was very, very, again, done a lot of work within the NCMD in its early years. Sue Austin sadly passed away this week. For those who knew her. And obviously our condolences to the family. Somebody's just reminded me of that because I didn't write that down.
Yeah, and those new to the hobby.
And also, is Adrian coming to the club meeting on the 20th?
What club? What club meeting? Who said that? What club? Which club?
I can't remember what it's called again. No.
Wickford.
Wendy's.
Colchester.
Denham Valley.
Sorry. I thought it was the 16th of May or the 18th of May. Sorry.
Dedham Vale.
18th of Dedham Vale. Yes, Wendy, is 18th of May okay? I've told Julian Evan Hart. So the plan is we'll do a live show from there, if that's okay, if we got Wi-Fi, and there'll be people there, Julian Evan Hart, and we'll have some artifacts to go through, and it'll be sort of a bit like watching Channel 4 when they stick a news reporter outside number 10 and they have really bad sound and it's raining. That'll be me.
Well, it might be raining. The sound might be okay, but it might have had about 8 pints.
I'm driving, so I'll only have had 4. No, that's silly. That's irresponsible. No, unless James, if you're watching, you can drive.
James,
and I'll get him 2 fruit shoots, big ones.
May's okay with Wendy.
Right, Jules said it's okay. So the 18th of May. So that show will be live and
from a club for the first time.
From a club for the first time. So
for people who are metal detectorists who have never been to a club meeting, have only seen them in the detectorists, they'll see that it's exactly the same. Wendy's doing a talk about ring pulls.
Yeah, or buttons. Clubs are a funny thing, and I think this week we've seen that on Facebook. Some may have not come across it, but there was a certain club in Essex near me that
Rain-free.
Braintree. Hence, it's mentioned in the Detectorists, the Battle of Braintree. Not the club, but the war.
Well, it is the Battle of Braintree, as it turns out.
Clubs are funny things. They're lovely for people to meet and people to talk and chat and new people in the hobby. But there are characters like any clubs, and like the Detectorists, there's the lady who does the bitter lemon and things like that.
He's in for that operation the next day, the one that makes him sitting down.
I've got an opera. What's he after? Sympathy. Sod off, James. What do you mean he's got? Oh, I've got to show you this. Sorry, people watching. This is quite funny. I don't know if I can show it. James had a leak in his loft, Eagle Eye DJ, on Sunday. So do you know what he did? I don't know if I can show it. I might show it.
Just do it.
What would you do if you had a leak in roof tile?
Exactly like I'd done the other month. Fill used an old quilt and a couple of buckets.
Yeah, so you'd predominantly...
Oh, and some expanding foam as well.
No, you wouldn't, would you?
Yeah, I did. It sealed it long enough for until it got fixed.
Can I just show this? I don't know how to do it. Hang on. Oh, I don't know. A picture in frame. Oh, I won't show it. But basically, James put, I think, a whole can of expanding foam in his roof tile, and he's now got the biggest mushroom-looking lump on his roof. James, I don't know why you didn't use a bucket. But yeah, and that's not easy stuff to get off, is it? That foam. It's probably about that big. He's got like a white turd mushroom growing on his roof. But I did laugh. We have had a lot of rain here in Essex.
I think Gareth has actually got it right. Are the magazines okay?
Do you know what? It's sad, isn't it? It's like the 70s comedies and things that we can't talk about today. And dirty magazines is something we can talk about because it's not politically correct. But
or if you call them loft creepers, monthly, it's all right.
Yeah, it's just sad. I mean, I had metal detecting magazines in the loft, and my brother had other types of magazines, but treasure hunting magazine, because they soon grow, and you put them up the loft. I remember tying them up.
We're talking about now growing.
The treasure hunting magazines, man.
Oh, and right.
I'm just going up to read a review on the Seascope, Mum.
That was a very good Kevin and Perry then.
Where's my torch? Multicoloured one, which was very popular in the 80s. Torches. But
with your paper art.
I've been researching that after we spoke about that. Talking of paper hats, we're not at, I don't know why it's relevant really, but we're not at Detectful this weekend. But
because you might need it for the rain.
Well, there is that.
Get soggy and come down on your heat.
Yeah, there's probably someone now sitting in a tent watching, looking forward to tomorrow, which I presume they won't be in the tent because there'll be such good entertainment and drinking and fire pits. So I wish everyone the luck.
Is it Thursday? Are they able to on a Thursday, or is it because
There's
normally
people
detectable?
there.
But normally at detectable, you come on a Friday after 2 p.m., isn't it?
Yeah, but I think there's people volunteering or helping out who are detectorists. So there's people already there. But me and him won't be there. But we will be at the summer one. So oh dear. Well, they do. They are on sea scopes. They have, the Evo that I had, the last one they brought out, they did have a very stiff shaft, very hard, and it had one button for the what's it called, the retractable thing for changing your shaft, and it was very hard to. Oh gosh,
God, that was close.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, book wars tonight, Adrian.
Yes.
Have you actually got your book close to you? You don't have to run somewhere and find it.
No, I've got a book, but I've forgotten the name of the man who came on the show who didn't actually write it, but he had input into it. And I had to ask you, and you told me, and I've forgotten, but I don't need to say it yet. And I don't think we should show the books. We should
Absolutely
just read a number.
Read them.
No.
Read them.
Yeah. I don't know how much mine costs.
So we've spoken recent weeks about Minelab's new releases. Obviously, there's the Manticore, which a lot of people still haven't actually had access to. In fact, people seem to be able to get the Minelab Xterra Pro quicker than the Manticore. And then there's the Evo 7900. There's the Nocta Macro Simplex Light.
Plus.
Simplex
Super Plus Light.
Super Plus and the Simplex BT and the Nocta Macro Swing. Garrett, what's occurring with? Oh, I've heard there's a whisper of another machine that Minelab may be, but we won't go there. That's something that I'll keep to myself for the moment because that's not my news to share.
Is that news I told you?
Yes. Ish.
I know nothing. I probably told you.
Garrett, you'd have expected Garrett seeing their probably the joint first stroke second and maybe now even third biggest manufacturer, most common manufacturer. They seem to have gone quite quiet since the Apex. Was that the last one or was there someone else?
Well, there's talk of the Apex. Well, there's the gold one that's a lot of money. I've forgotten the name of it, which is nice looking machine. But I think Garrett soon are going to smash the market with Apex Pro waterproof submersible, and I think they're going to use the similar type of shaft. Oh God. And control box as the I've forgotten what it's called. I won't say it because I think it's Minelab name I've got in my head. But yeah, I think Garrett are going to have to do something soon because everyone is screaming up there. You got Quest bringing out 2 new machines. You've got Nocta coming along, and rumours Seascope in the background. There's another manufacturer well known.
Axiom is the latest.
That's it, Axiom. And there's no reason why that control box and change of coil can be adapted to not Atrix. Atrix is Rotus, isn't it? But I think there'll be a few new Garretts coming soon. I'm wondering if they've got that big thing coming up next week, haven't they? That Dawn's going to Digger Dawn, the American Hunt or whatever it's something.
Yeah,
and Garrett sponsoring
the Charles Garrett Memorial Dig or something like that.
So I wonder if they may launch something there.
Possibly. That lovely chap Malk Sutt, who's I spoke to him a few weeks ago. He's going to come on the show in a couple of weeks when he's back from here, there, and everywhere. He says the Xterra Pro is unusable on UK digs without wired headphones because you can buy the detector, but not the headphones, which will not be out until later this year.
But I think you can use Equinox headphones with it.
The V80 looks good, says Stephen Braham. Is that
the Quest? Yeah, that Quest aren't as big a company as all the others, so their marketing's limited. So it's hard for them to push it out there. So there's a few YouTubers. There's our friend Tom. I always forget his YouTube channel is
Otis Arms.
Yeah, watch it. It's really good. He's a lovely guy. And
I tell you what, did you see that advert that he created for the MindLab Xterra Pro? Made a fantastic little video of that.
What, for MindLab or for him?
For him, that he's just he's promoting his channel with it. Great little thing.
He's a very good cinematographer, and he knows his machines, and he's a really nice guy. So, we should get him on. He's been on. He was on with Chris Rogers.
He was on not long. We had him on not long ago. About 8 weeks ago.
Yeah, and he's got a new dog as well. We had
him on about 8 weeks ago.
Yes, we had. Yes, we did, didn't we?
We did. Derek Sherwin says, any news on Technetics these days? He seems to have disappeared.
Yes.
Fisher as well.
Yeah. Well, I last heard this because they're owned by Texas Instruments, I think, which is massive. We think of them as calculators, but they're a little bit more than that. I think there was talks last year, but since COVID, everything's sort of been knocked back a bit in the non-specific detection companies world. If that makes sense. But yeah, Fisher Good Machines, Technetics.
Maltz says only the 700 and 900 Knox and the Manticore earphones work with them. None of the other headphones will work with them.
Really?
Scotty B's got a new dog that makes him look oh so feminine and tall. The dog makes him look very, very tall. So the ML85 and the ML105 works with it.
Which is interesting because MindLab use their own Bluetooth technology, Wi-Fi technology, whatever, and you're restricted, and they're not cheap, those headphones. So it's a £300 machine. Susan Taker. Yes, exactly. It makes it a more expensive machine than you think. I think he needs a toilet. But you're right, Susan. It does make the machine a lot more expensive. It's a clever marketing ploy, isn't it? It's like buying a car, and then if you want a gearbox, it comes. Well, it's not a gearbox as such, but.
So you remember the other week, I was talking about Sid Perry had done a video on some. Hold on a minute.
Aftermarket headphones.
Yeah, August headphones they were. Steve gave me his pair for the Vanquish, so August headphones apparently work very well with the likes of the Vanquish.
But you need to buy a receiver with them as well, don't you? Though.
No, because the Vanquish is Bluetooth. Vanquish 540.
Does it work?
Yes, I've already connected them and tried them.
That's interesting. So they're about what 60, 70 quid,
something like that.
Think. Yeah. So low latency headphones. But yeah, it's
not the Xterra.
No, and when you that's interesting. Single frequency machine. Yeah, you're right. But because I do like wired headphones now and again.
Stephen Law says they're all struggling to get certain microchips in certain machines, and I can actually relate to that. I work for a very well-known British manufacturer of agricultural vehicles and such like. Last year, China, basically during COVID, China bought up the world supply of chips and bought the companies that manufacture the chips. So everyone was held. I know for a fact there was a certain period of time where a microchip that normally cost $1, they were having to go to what's the word? Not dealers, Adrian, the middleman. What's that word?
Wholesalers.
No. Where
Fishermen.
everybody bids for things from that person. Not an auction. I know what I'm on about, but I can't remember the word. Anyway, and they were going up to well over $1,000 for a $1 chip. Oh,
It's interesting though, because some manufacturers haven't found it an issue potentially. So we had issues with the Legend when it came out, but I don't think that was down to a chip. That was down to software issues. And then, the Equinox 700 and 900 Manticore has been a bit
Steve
slow
Newman's got a brand new set of Manticore headphones for sale. He doesn't say Manticore, however.
Why has he got? No, he can't type. Why has he got a spare set? Oh, there it goes. Equinox 800 coil broken.
No. That's that way. Malk Suck, bringing people together. Malk Suck wants your headphones, Steve. How much?
Dave, swap shop. We could start up swap shop.
Adrian and Dave multicolored swap shop.
Yeah. So Gareth Howard might have a set of roller skates size 5 to swap, and Eagle Eye DJ might have a twin cassette deck with high-speed dubbing and graphic equalizer, and they could do a swap. We could have that on the show. We could have a swap
Malk Suck can also throw in one of these beautiful little tin boxes with BOBMDG.com detecting all over days. Band of Brothers.
Is it a screw one?
Yeah.
And has it got? Oh, it's nice little tin.
Yeah.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Although CoinPod is very good. I do like my CoinPod a lot. I like that.
Brokers.
I need to get
That's the word. Brokers. That's the word I was looking for.
Right. Is it that
100 quid? Got 100 quid, 100 quid, 100 quid. Any more for 100 quid? Going. Anybody? 100 quid?
Gareth Howard.
Brand new in the box.
Frequency swap shop. Multi-frequency swap shop.
Adrian, you need to now make a video for the multi-frequency swap shop to go with the video that I made and sent you last week, which we can't show anyone yet.
Yeah, multi-frequency swap
Loads
shop.
of colours, dead bright things.
I'll tell you what, it's a good job we pay Gareth the money we do to be a producer on this show, because he comes up with the things. He really does. Probably
Mark Gadsden's brought something up. I meant to mention it earlier when we were talking about the Knox. Have you seen the guy in Australia who's found the 83-ounce gold nugget using an Equinox 800?
Yeah.
And we think, because of Aussie gold hunters, that they're using £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 metal detectors with £1,000 coil on it, don't we?
Yeah, I think the thing is, though, they're swinging those like 10 hours a day with the harness, whereas the Knox is a light machine, 800, and the newer ones are even lighter. But I personally don't find them that ergonomic. Obviously not as ergonomic as the Deus, but I don't know. Maybe, you know what's happened? He's had 4 cans of Foster's, gone out there, had a cigarette, and he's probably half hour, bing, bing, bing. Most of his mates said that's a tin can. He's dug it up, and then, who's laughing now? Yeah, I don't know. Australian.
Susan Toker, yeah, I'm looking at the coil stiffener and the arm hurdy-gurdy. Eagle Eye DJI will swap his fax machine for some of Gareth Mum's roof tiles. What?
No, it's just funny. I love that. I just want to get someone come up with roller boots. One roller boot they're willing to swap for a carp rod or something like that.
How did Noel bloody Edmonds keep a straight face with some of that pap that was going on then?
Well,
but he used Bic Biro blue. It's got about half the ink left in it, and I'd like a season ticket for Manchester United, please.
I've got grandstand asteroids without the adapter, the transformer, £5. Anyone want to swap it for or whatever? I've
got Astro Wars, and it's got brand new batteries in, and I'll swap it for 7 tins of 8 Ace.
And Derek Sherwin, he was more into Tiswas. Yes, I did like Tiswas. I think Swap Shop came on at like 9 and Tiswas came on at 9:30, and I used to switch over. Most people under 40 are thinking, what are they talking about? Google Tiswas.
Steve Newman, can you tell Malk Sut if the headphones that you're selling for the Manticore are ML85s or ML105s, please? And I always like Crackerjack. Stu Francis. I don't remember Stu Pot, whatever his name is. Stu Francis. When they all had to hold as much as they can. I would have loved to have done that.
Yeah, LP or Joan Allen, Crawford's, Regton's, if you're watching, how good would that be? A Crackerjack, Rodney Cook, Detective or whatever. How many bits can you hold in your arms, right? And whoever holds it the most wins. And that was what Crackerjack was. I can't remember what it was, but you could pile them up with Fine's Bag, a book, Vanquish or whatever, and whoever gets to hold it all keeps it. Everyone would love that.
Keep it.
Yeah, especially if you got to do it in your pants. Gareth Sims. Hi, Gareth. All right. He's got a pair of used Reebok socks and a tin of corned beef. What size socks, Gareth? Because we need to know. Right, Spit the Dog. Interesting fact. Bob Carroll G's, who did Spit the Dog, when he left Tiswas, set up a company selling candles.
And that's Lady Hayes, about half an hour from my house. I've met him a few times there.
And he set up Yankee Candle. And everyone said,
he was the first person in the company with the money.
Made millions from it. Who's laughing now? Bob Carroll G's, if you watch him.
And he had sold Spit the Dog, and he had some Spit the Dog, what the word? Not Spit the Dog. No.
Puppet?
Not the original Spit the Dog. He had some other Spit the Dogs, but they weren't the original Spit the Dog.
It's wrong, isn't it? Anyway, I think it's nearly that time, David, for...
No, it's not. I've got a video to share, Adrian. I hadn't forgot it, as you may have thought, but I think you might have forgot it. But I did forget to upload it, so it's just processing. A bit of a good thing this week, and I'm sure a lot of people will give a lot of kudos to this. And we'll probably get banned from YouTube for showing it because we're robbing it off Sky Sports or BT or something. So, Pete Terrell of LP, good luck this weekend for your first detectable, and kudos for this.
You are the ultimate trailblazer for the ladies' game. Okay. You are a 10-time world champion in an era where the ladies' game wasn't really supported as well as it could have been in terms of coverage, airtime, sponsorship, prize money. On Thursday, the BDO trophies went under the hammer at auction. All of that history available to the highest bidder. One person thought that one of those trophies ought to be looked after by the person who'd won it the most. This is Pete Terrell from LP Metal Detecting, who bought the Ladies World Championship trophy for you to look after for as long as you want it. We've kept that secret for 2 days. It's yours again.
That's unbelievable. Thank you so much. I missed it.
We're not crying, you're crying. Wolfies, oh, it's yours again.
I can't believe it. That is so generous. Thank you so much. Thank you.
10 times you won it, 10 times you've looked after it, and we thought we needed to bring it home to you.
That's fantastic. Absolutely. I'm gobsmacked. Absolutely gobsmacked.
Can I just have a couple of seconds to talk about that game as well? Because
yes,
Limey girl, you played brilliant.
I was pleased with how I played. So yeah, it's I changed my darts actually in weight the same. because I've been throwing underneath the treble, and I changed it to a lighter dart. Trina gun of a darts, but 2 grams lighter, and it seemed to work today.
Yeah. And every time you were popping him in and breaking the throw, he's behind you laughing his head off.
He was nervous, weren't he? He was bricking it, really.
All right.
There you go. Kudos. And do you know what, Adrian?
Sorry.
Do you know what? I was talking to Pete last week about detectable and what have you, and the event was in Blackpool. And Pete says, "If you want, you come up. If you want, we've got the VIP table." And I couldn't make it, could I? I know it was Blackpool. I couldn't make it on Saturday, or I would have been there for that little thing.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Pete's
But it's
actually good. He sponsors the events, and that was the Legends Tour. So he sponsored the event, and what a nice thing to do.
Yeah, and it's sad that things like that don't get any PR in our hobby, isn't it?
Yeah,
but
if only there was a website that actually done something like that.
Yeah. Well, we've got to do that anyway. But it's true, because we all hear the negative press of this hobby, and we don't hear the good things from the man who runs the Rumpton Searchers Club with 10 people digging, who makes £100 in a weekend for cancer research, right up to Rodney Cook, Detectable, all the other clubs, Just Detect, all the events that make money, East of England. I can go on. But yeah, that's really nice of Pete to do that. I think that's really good. And hopefully he'll whack it on his website for a bit of PR, because some people might buy a detector because of that. So it's probably paid for itself.
How many people in the darts industry who've actually took on, seen his obviously sponsorship, and thought, oh, LP metal detecting, I'll have a look at that.
Oh, I've always wanted to do metal detecting.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds quite a nice hobby.
Lost me darts in the garden.
Yes. I've got a dartboard in the garden. Not now, but in the summer we play darts, me and the family. I love darts. I think it's a good game. Have you got a dartboard?
I don't have a dartboard. No.
You should get one. Yeah.
It's
like detecting. It's luck. A lot of
it's the done thing in these parts. Stoke is a massive breeding ground for championship darts players. Phil the Power Taylor, for instance. And I'm just north of Stoke.
Yeah, I think darts, hopscotch, all them sort of games. I love them.
I couldn't understand that skipping game where they had 2 bloody ropes going at the same time. How did you do that?
Me and James, we normally, when we're detecting, we undo our coils, and we do that. Buffalo Girls go round the outside, Malcolm McLaren. Do you remember that? We do it when we're detecting. We find a tree and we connect our coil lead up, and we do a little bit of skipping. James always gets really hot. He has to take his clothes off because he's sweating. And then I get a bit uncomfortable. And then I take the coils down and we carry on detecting.
I'm just having a think. I've not come up with anybody. Detecticon 2 last year raised 6,450 in one weekend.
There you go. I'm sorry, Scotty B. I forgot. Yes, it's so much money that just gets raised. Archery field. And that's really interesting. Yeah, archery, because they lose their arrows, don't they? Derek Sherwin. This is getting weird. Yes, I know. I don't do hot. I haven't done hopscotch.
What does it mean getting? Always gets weird. We're always weird.
Used to like hopscotch. Dave.
I'm still on. I'm just bear with me. I'm trying to get up. No, I forgot to think of anybody for this week's whose line is it anyway?
Sorry. That's James's loft. It's roof.
You got fungus growing out of it.
He's got dodgy
Let me put
tiles.
you on big screen.
Oh, it's gone funny. That's James's loft. He's got like a marshmallow growing on it. I just sent a laughing face. But yeah, the thing is, James, that does stop that. But that is now going to have mold growing on it, and I don't know. You need to get up there, mate. I'm not going to climb up there with a ladder.
Next week's guest, Chrissy Detects. That's Christine Fitton.
Sorry,
You weren't here for that, Chrissy. I forgot your name. Also, regularly raise money for different charities. They do indeed. Do you know what it's time for, Adrian?
Your turn.
Yeah, I've got one. I forgot to think of one, and I've come up with one. So, this week's Who's in Gareth's Parents' Loft is a male.
Terry. Oh, no, he's dead.
He is a detectorist. He lives in the south of the UK.
Is he American?
No. He lives in the south east of the UK. He has a YouTube channel.
Is he Canadian?
No. He always, every time he sees us, come and take selfies with us.
I know.
Oh, Will Way's got it.
Oh, well done. I thought Peter Pesty.
Jason Jones.
Norfolk
Button Boy. Will Way banged on again. That's 2 weeks in the run.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What if he's watching next week? He's going to win a magazine. Not next week, the week
because
after.
we're not on. He's going to win a magazine. Specialist.
And we will make sure it is sent in a translucent envelope. So your postman will find it and he'll think, oh dear, this man. With 22-point Arial bold for your address. Your name will be in 22-point Arial bold, and then your address. In a No, you're not allowed to post things like that. They have to be covered, I think. Not that I've researched it at all, or ever sent anything like that.
Use a bit of cellophane.
No. They get sent. Not that I know that.
Hold on, right? You put something in the post box with just Will's name on it. And what?
If it was a magazine,
if you put it in some cellophane so you could see what the magazine was, and you put Will's name on it.
No, you're not allowed to.
What, you're paying for postage though?
Yeah, but
where does it say you can't?
You're not allowed. If I sent you a postcard from Blackpool and it had a lady on it, inappropriately dressed, I think they're within their right to not post it because it could be offensive.
Please,
someone in the chat. Someone in the chat must be a postman.
If you go to,
Philip Wills just had.
If you do go to Blackpool, please don't even tell me. Thanks.
Best videos I've ever had on WhatsApp are from Dave in Blackpool. I can't repeat his words, but he wasn't happy. I had about 8. I'm here now. I'm here. I did find out the other day, though, that Margate is up and coming and a bit trendy now. And I remember it from Chaz and Dave.
Mate,
Margate.
It's just been on telly tonight because they've got a new TV show out next week, starring Lily Allen on Sky. Yeah. And it's called Dreamland. And I presume Dreamland's the name of the fun fairy type thing there, maybe?
I thought that was Southend. No. They're all called Dreamland.
Definitely filmed in Margate.
Yeah.
Jonathan O'Brien. Who can afford the post office prices?
Oh, Philip, sorry.
Malk Sutts has just told me he lives in Blackpool. Call him for a brew. Won't be seeing you then, Malk, I'm afraid.
If it was alcohol, I'll come.
I'll meet you halfway.
Philip, I'll sort out the book. I forgot about it, but I'm surprised you haven't had that. But Royal Mail have been a bit funny lately. But you should have had it by now, so I'll send out another one. Philip won the Advanced Detectorists on the show a couple of weeks ago. And this is what we're like with prizes. You do get them, but they're a bit slow. But this one went out next day, so I don't know.
Much like my buffering.
Yes. Dreamland it is. Thank you, Martin. Right.
It's 9 o'clock. What does that mean? Book Wars. Who's first?
You.
Right. Okay. First
Don't say
person to show us a number.
How many pages?
I've got 265, and you've got
597.
Gosh. So a number between, let's say, because there's a lot of preamble, between, let's say, 10 and 265.
Mine's not. This is going to be as exciting.
167, Adrian.
Oh God! Oh, pages are stuck. I can't open that one. Hang on. That's it.
I'm going to have to. Oh no, sorry. Right. Start of a new chapter, which is nice. Who is it? Me or you?
You.
Sorry.
First.
Exploring ghost towns and their treasures. Really like exploring ghost towns, and some states have many more to see than others. That's for sure. If I come up missing for days, check the closest mother of ghost towns near me because I just enjoy visiting them. To stand on the boardwalk of a saloon is very exciting. Just think of the people that walked down that same boardwalk over 100 years ago. Can you imagine the gunfights that took place? Ghost towns are truly a huge part of American history, but even going deeper than that, they are true dreams and hopes of our county. During the Gold Rush era, everyone and their dog left their homes in hopes that they could strike it rich. Men left their families hoping to send for the latter, and even though this happened, it was also common for men not to return home or even be seen again. Boom towns like Tombstone had more to offer than just gold and silver. Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp make history from this town. It wasn't just them that left their mark there. The outlaws did their fair share of trouble in Tombstone. Over to you.
Mine's quite short because it's more of a reference book. The Lord Jesus. Short cross coinage.
You've won.
The short cross coinage continued for a further 30 years, during which time the style of and workmanship deteriorated. By the 1220s, minting had been concentrated at London and Canterbury, one exception being the mint of Abbot of Bury St Edmunds, lovely place. Halfpenny and farthing dies are recorded early in this issue. A few halfpennies and now farthings have been discovered. See numbers, and I'll leave it there.
Adrian or Dave? Go. You're winning 4-0 already. 5-0.
Is it
6-0?
Cheers,
Let's
Scotty
get
B.
6-1.
Thank you,
We'll
Carl.
let it get to 10 and then
no,
we'll
Carl's
get to
not
10.
Oh, it's
8-1. 8-1. And I'm 8-2. 8-3.
Gareth's only doing it because I see
8-4.
pages.
8-5. 8-6. 8-7. 8-8.
James, you're dead. Got a dead leg.
8-8. 8-8.
Oh,
9-8
Sean.
Adrian.
Oh,
10-8. Adrian gets it. Right. Oh, what a comeback that was.
Well, let's go. Dave.
10-10. 11-10.
Dave Owen Bailey blocking. He's voted twice.
11-10.
Coin point. Thank you. Oh. Right.
Well, you've got the win there, Adrian. That means you've
There's
got
another
3
Dave.
books. Oh, all right. All right, next goal winner.
I'm delayed because I think I see things.
Keith Ellis we've got as the last Dave.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, next goal winner and he won. that's good, because we've now got 2 books each in the finals, semi-finals.
Well,
Adrian, tell me about your book.
sorry? Book.
You heard me, mister.
It's a bit out of date, but a lot of us, they're not cheap. The absolute perfect book to buy if you're a detectorist. Coins of England by Spinks. And this was 35 quid when it came out. Oh, the pages stuck together. Look at that. All your coins with the prices. And trust me, I opened it on a blinking advert. Oh, look. Oh, gosh. Can't show that for too long.
Adrian,
sexy wee wee.
And who was part of the authorship of said book?
He wasn't the author, but he was a participant in the book. The author obviously wouldn't come on because he's watching replays of Wimbledon or something. But his name was David.
Greg Edmonds from Spinks.
Yes, who was at Rodney Cook on the stage, which brings me on to it's £35. It was, but now there's a new one out, 2023. That's 2022, available from greenlightpublishing.com, Detecting Media, and Amazon. If you're a detectorist and you find a hammered coin or anything similar, coiny, get that book. Not only will it give you a fantastic write-up on the history of the coin, but it will also give you a reasonable value of the coin.
To be fair, Adrian, anybody starting out in a hobby really should try and get I've got a 2014 edition here because I'm too impoverished to go out and buy one, and they don't change that much.
No,
anyone should go out and look on a car boot sale for a Spinks book.
Yeah, if you find a Spinks book and someone's selling it for like £1 or £5, pick it up, because my dad, bless him, passed away. He had loads of them. And I think in the end he gave up and he had 20. What was yours? 2014 or something?
Yeah.
My dad's, because it's about identity. If you're not in it for the money, which we're not, we're in it for the history. It's all in there in the books, and they're really good. So that I'd say that's my. I find a lot of coins, not lately, but when I do, 9 times out of 10, I can find it in that book. So 100%. And
my book was Treasures of the Ancients by Mr. Timothy Draper, who was a guest on the show a couple of months ago. And his next set of episodes from the program that they made called Uncharted Expedition is now on YouTube. Look it up because it's a very decent program, very raw the way it's made it, but the rawness of it makes it a good American treasure hunting program, doesn't it, Adrian?
Yeah, it's not your normal run-of-the-mill one. It's a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, it's not a Discovery Channel made specifically with loads of trappery in.
It's a load of blokes going out looking for treasure.
With the hunting rifles and rifles and such like.
Oh, there's guns.
And the RVs.
Yeah, there's guns and RVs and quad bikes, and they shoot a lot, which is quite cool. I'd love to do that. I forgot about that. It's on my bucket list, actually. Going out, detecting, off-roading and shooting things like tin cans and eating.
Let's go and visit Tim. Tim will take us out.
Well, he did.
And they also, at the end of it, they're cooking meat over a fire, aren't they, with the world's greatest pipe smoking man?
Yeah. Oh,
who works and owns a
forgot about that
cannabis dispensary clinic.
Well, there is that as well. Not at all, but I'd be interested in that. But the only issue is going to cost us about $2,000 each. So unless we drive there, oh no, we can't. But anyway, those books. So that's
so we have
in England
the semi-finals. Adrian's Accidental Detectorist by Nigel Richardson. My Celtic Warrington and Other Mysteries, Volume 2 by Mark Ollie. Fides Identified 2 for Adrian. and Treasures of the Ancients will be in the semi-finals. So in 2 weeks' time, on episode 150, because next week's 149.5, we will have our first of the semi-finals. It would have been 150, but Adrian will be getting slaughtered.
No, I won't. I'll be watching
Clinton Baptiste.
Yeah, Clinton Baptiste.
Where will you be watching him?
At the Red Church Brewery.
Adrian will be slaughtered.
Yeah. No, I won't be slaughtered.
I think you should phone in to say hello.
Yes, well, we spoke about that. He was on Phoenix Nights as a comedy clairvoyant. He's a stand-up comedian, so
coming to
nonce.
Yeah, 9:30, nonce.
He's quite funny. So I'll be there. But wouldn't it be good if we got
one of the guys from Duck Dynasty is now into detecting his own show, which you can be seen on YouTube. We'll have to get him on. In fact, I think we need to actually get a few more American YouTubers on, because there's some great characters in the hobby in America.
It's interesting because the Americans are very outgoing and willing to discuss things, whereas us being English, we're quite set back in our ways, which isn't a problem. But considering how many YouTubers are on out there and people detecting, it's quite hard to get people on the show. Some people desperately want to come on, and we won't let them on through certain reasons. And yet we bring other people on who are interesting. I was thinking of one the other day, actually, the guy who lives in the motorhome. I've forgotten his name now.
Archie man.
Yeah, and people like that who are amazing people, beneficial to our hobby. But yet he kindly came on, and we don't pay him. They don't pay us or anything like that. It's just free, and it's a nice bit of PR. And if you're a YouTuber, you can make millions. No, you can't. You can make £1 from coming on the show. So, it's quite interesting, really.
Susan Toker says we should keep a list of loser books since they're good reference too. We've got the list. We've got the list. They're all going to, it's our Bible. It's all going to go on the Big Detecting Show, a list of winners and losers from Book Wars.
So the winner of Book Wars, we will give away the book, maybe depending on the book. Let's say, for example, it's my book, the Lone Detectorist or whatever.
Accidental.
I've only read it once. We could get the author on, and that is such a good book. If you've been in the hobby years or you're new, Accidental
Adrian,
I'm plugging it.
That book is going to win this section.
It should do.
So why don't I contact him and try and organise him to come on for the final
to
of that
plug
night's
it,
Books
to
Wars.
plug it. If he
and
loves
to discuss
it,
we'll get him to come on the show.
Yeah, he was at Rodney Kirk One Day Dig the other month, and I saw it's Nigel. Is it Nigel?
Yeah, Nigel Richardson.
I saw him, and he was miles away detecting with his Quest Q30, and I thought, do I go up and say hello? And I thought, no, I don't. I get quite a few people come up to me and say hello, or point at me and look at me, probably because I've got the headphones turned off or machine on the mute. But he's such a nice guy. Yeah, he's such a nice guy. But that book, I really recommend it. Audio books do it as well, if you don't like reading, which I don't.
We both done it on all day, didn't we? The audio book.
Yeah.
Not together, obviously, because I was here when you were on all day and you were jumping in the pool and being drunk with your son behind the camera while we were doing the show.
And my wife
live
down
from
to bed
Cyprus
with my daughter early because they were annoyed because I drunk too much. But yeah, so
would you believe it's 9:15 already?
Has anyone got any questions in the chat about metal detectors or what's going on or proportional representation or anything, voting system or anything like that?
Or disproportional representation.
Because our show we waffle on so much. Some YouTube shows, they just sit and wait for the chat to bring the questions up, which kindly our viewers do. But me and you tend to disregard that because we think we're down the pub, don't we, Dave?
We do some. And probably because I drink Diet Pepsi and the Coke as well.
And
Diet Pepsi
I
and
love
Coke as well.
Ribena.
I went to the pub on Saturday. Only had 3. It was good for me. Walked home and in a straight line and everything.
Stephen Brain,
are we both off to Detectable? We will both be at the main Detectable, but this one's come round just a little bit too soon. I've got to work basically, and there's reasons behind why I've got to work, but I've got to work Saturday and Sunday, so unfortunately I won't be there. And you've got family things on as well, haven't you?
Yeah. So, and also the weather's awful. No, that's not part of it. So sorry, David, we're not a detectable. If we were a detectable, which in the summer we will be, we'll do a live. Will we get there on the Thursday, Dave?
Yes, we will. I mean, Rodney Cook, we've already been asked to do a live show from the Rodney Cook, and hopefully we'll be Hopefully, we'll be able to do it from Detectable as well. I mean, Gary's already said we'll give us the Wi-Fi for the show on the Thursday, like he did last year. So, any news on the Nokia pinpointer that works with the Legend?
Yeah. Now this is very interesting. Now this is I don't know if it's going to be like the MI6 on the Deus on the
My lab.
No.
Deus.
XP Deus. If it's going to be, I think it's going to be like that. But Dilek last said she's not giving any dates. However, just before Christmas, she said that the prototyping and the tooling for the injection molding is in progress. So I'm talking to Dilek tomorrow, and I will ask her, and I will return back next week, because to have a pinpointer synced with your machine like the XP Deus is really good. The MI6 is lovely. So I will ask her tomorrow. So thank you, Steve, for that. What are your top 3 bucket items, Dave and Adrian? Me, at the moment, it's a fibula. And second is a fibula. I haven't found one for 4 years. Maybe 5, probably 5. Apart from that, I've been very fortunate in my finds. Roman oil pot thing. I'd like. Dave?
Bronze Age axe head, a fully intact crotal bell with a jingle jangle.
Got about 4 over there.
And a Roman coin in not pristine condition, but where I can look at it and say what it is straight away without to composite clean and pencil it.
Yeah.
Next question, Adrian. More relevant to you than me.
Garrett GT 5000, I think, because that was the first metal detector that had voice control. Not voice, it spoke, and it looks like Knight Rider. I think it's GT 5000, and I think Regtons have still got one because they've got every Garrett model. C-scope. You can't not include C-scope because they made the hobby what it is in the UK anyway for the imports and stuff. And then the other one, Quest Q30 I'd throw in there. Root Sort 71 I'd throw in there because I love that machine. Deus got to be in there. How many is that for?
4.
And probably my Minelab. Not Xterra. What's the other one? The high-end one.
CTF.
I can't. No. Xterra. I can't remember, but a Minelab. I've forgotten the name. I've got a lot of machines. So,
Vanquish, Xterra 705, Simplex, and I think that'll be about it on my list. I can't think of anything else. Who's got the Vanticore and is it worth the money? Is it hard to beat a Deus XP with an MI6?
It's hard. Yeah, exactly. It's a good combination.
Philip Wills, one of his number one bucket list is a Roman dodecahedron. My friend Graham Withers actually has one. Adrian, do you find, I can't answer this, multi-frequency machine to be a good advantage?
Yes and no. I think if you listen to Minelab 5 years ago, they said when the Equinox 800 came out, it was the end of single frequency. They've just launched the Xterra Pro, which is 3 frequencies, 5, 10, 15. You've got Dilek from Nocta who said single frequency is not dead, and it isn't, because it's really hard. It's like you're a rally driver and you've got to pick the right, or a Formula One driver, and your team say, right, pick the right suspension setup for this circuit. If you know what you're doing, that's fine. If you're not 100% sure what you want, I still think single frequency is not dead. 100% not dead. So it's good if you know what you're doing on the right land.
Keith Ellis asked, do the magazine you both work for have too many finds posted in publication, or would you like more? Well, Adrian is a field tester, world's leading field tester for the Treasure Hunting magazine. And I own the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine. And if anybody's watching and you would like anything put in the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine, send a picture of your finds, a little bit of information, big write-up, small write-up, tell us about the machine, general area, and that will be put on the website and probably go into one of the free magazines.
Yeah, I mean, email editor at archmdmag.co.uk for him.
Yes.
And if you've got anything, if you're currently sitting on 400 gold nobles that you found today, email him, David, or Julian at treasurehuntingmagazine.co.uk, or go on treasurehuntingmagazine.co.uk website, click contact us, and there's a page and you can email it there. But you know,
what does your boy on about here? Motion 22 out of 245 at the parish council meeting on Monday at Hatfield, Peveril.
I think that's down now. This is something that hasn't been raised in the hobby by the NCMD, AMDS, FID, or anything. There's a lot of solar, I think this is right, James, a lot of solar panels covering fields in current times and going forward. So it's going to be something near us that's going to potentially happen. Thousands, if not millions, of solar panels covering fields, which would not be the best land to detect on. And down south, we're pushing for that. I think I'm right, James. So I think emotion is, it's not show me emotion.
I thought emotion was what happens when I get up in the morning and go and sit on the lake.
In a plum. Plum,
plum, plum.
I don't think it's that. I think it is that. Adrian, what about the XR3 RS Turbo? Now, very good car. Never owned one. I was a GT. Sorry, Dave, it's fallen asleep. I'm more a GTR.
I bet you've got a Haynes manual for
16
it,
valve Mark II. Sorry,
how much is a year's subscription to the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine? It's free at all good events.
Just quickly, Whites bought by Garrett. Just quickly, mustn't forget the White Spectrum, really good machine. B3i, but also little machines from White's, like the Treasure Hunter and the Treasure Hunter Pro, right? I had one of them, both of them. The Treasure Hunter Pro, I think it's 7.5 hertz, cracking little machines. And the VDI, the display was better than anyone for they were 5 years ahead, but they're such a small company. White's, maybe they should sort something out, Garrett and White's. They need to get their heads together.
Make a Gar White.
Yeah, Gary White. Because the Whites seem to have the head unit right, but the rest of it was wrong. That makes sense. So, it worked. It didn't look good.
Cheryl Dawes didn't know, did magazines. Yes, Cheryl, I was going to come in when we come down. I was going to bung you a load, even if you wanted them or not.
Have you not got a flippy one? I could get it up.
Oh, the magazine. Yeah, I've got the flippy magazine. All the magazines, if you go onto www.arkmdmag.com, if I change the background, you'll be able to see it somewhere, no doubt. Where's that, Adrian? Where's the background?
I was going to...
There it is.
Oh, I've got it.
Oh, no, that's not it. arkmdmag.com. Several posts a day, and there's a page on there called...
Can I share it?
Yeah, certainly. PDFs, isn't there?
Yeah, I'll just...
Show me emotion, la 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 la.
She looks like a sugar in a plum, plum, plum. So
there we are.
So that is the current one. There's an advert, and then there's an article that was detectable last year. And there's an advert. You have to have adverts. Finding a sword. Michael Amelia, cleaning pencil. 2 men, 2 years, 4 holes, 4 groats. Nice ring. Bit of an advert there from mine lad, Douglas. So yeah, you can see all that, can't you, David?
Yes.
Oh,
keep going.
No, the computer's broke. That's a very interesting. My dad's got one. Well, he's dead, but I've got one of those. Death Penny. Regton's McGrafter, lovely spade, digging tool.
There's that boy Shane.
Essex Coin Auctions, someone with the horn. AMDS. Look
that was a great arsenal by Pomsey, wasn't it?
Like that. National Council of Metal Detecting.
Siren Kimmy.
God, blimey, is that long ago? And yeah, all that. And
Memento ring.
And that's it. So we do giveaways and all that. So, yeah. So there is a magazine. And I've lost me. That's it. Yeah.
And if you want your articles in it, we will get them in it. And as I say, they're given away for free. And any of the authors who do write for it, we will send a complimentary magazine out, obviously, because it's nice. And anybody who wants a magazine otherwise, we will probably ask for a small recompense for postage, because I'd have to send them for like 400 magazines out and have to pay for it. Yes, Cheryl, we have boxes and boxes from not boxes and boxes. I didn't do what I should have done at Detectable and was left with more copies than I should have brought home. But we take them out. When we make the magazine, we make X amount of copies. We take it to the events, but we always make too many magazines so that we can come to the likes of the East of England rallies and the Ministry Detect rallies and Peaky Finders and other groups around the country. Take North of Tyne, take a number of the magazines, and obviously they can give them out to their members for free as well. And then, and as well as that, I mean, this year will be, I personally will have a stall at a Ministry Detect Dig in Cumbria, Detecticon in Northumberland, the Rodney Cook Memorial, and the Detectable. So there's 4, and obviously hoping to go down to Cheryl as well. But I won't have a stall then. I want to metal detect. But I'll still bring you some magazines anyway.
Looking forward to this year. It'll be a good year.
I am. Van Life. Hashtag Van Life.
With your Equinox 800.
Mm-hmm. Well, we had a nice conversation the other day with Nikki from the Soil Sisters who wants to bring them back on in the near future as well. There you go.
Okay.
Adrian, it's 9:30. It's time for bed. We're all up early tomorrow. Well, I am. I'm up early every day.
I'm not.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight and putting up with our claptrappery. Well, mainly mine. Adrian's intelligent, technical malarkey and my claptrappery. And where's that video?
Thank you, and good luck to all those at Detectable this weekend.
Yes.
And enjoy your time. Hope it all goes well, Pete.
Di Evans, if you would be so kind, I wouldn't mind. We would love it if you'd be able to do us a few 30 seconds, a minute video of the event, or anybody else who's watching there, and send them over to us, and I can play them on next week's show when Adrian's not here.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'll try and interweb in.
Just come and say hello.
Yeah,
from a brewery.
I will. I'll
just want to see how leathered you are.
Well, it'll be 8:00, so yeah. And next Friday, everyone, make sure you tank up with drinks when you watch the show, because it's Good Friday next week, so no one's got. Well, most of us haven't got work. Some do, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Monday, Thursday next week, then.
So it's a good job I'm not on the show next week, because I am, but I'm in a brewery. That's not good, is it?
You're in a brewery and you're off the next day. And how far is the brewery from your house?
About half hour, but I haven't worked out how to get there and get home yet. But I won't worry about that. Yeah.
There's these things up north we call taxis, mate.
Yeah, but in Essex it's like 400 quid a mile. So, but anyway, thank you everyone for watching tonight.
Yes, as ever.
149.9 next week.
Please, as well, as we spoke about, send anything that you'd like into us at Dave at editor at arkmdmag.com, or any obviously other magazines, Search or Treasure Hunting. I'm missing that because I'm thank you for all the new people who have been watching the show. And if you want to go to bigdetectingshow.com, you'll be able to sign up for our newsletter, which we are due to send out in the very near future. Adrian,
bigdetectingshow.com. www.bigdetectingshow.com. Yeah.
Have a great week, everybody. Good luck if you're out. Have a great time at Detectable. Night, everyone.